is Stephanie. I work at the Greenwich branch of the Gloucester County Library System, and welcome to the cooking class today. We are going to be making one of my favorite summer treats called blueberry crumb cake. Let's get started. So the ingredients that you'll need is flour, butter, sugar, milk, baking powder, cinnamon, eggs, lemon juice, and of course blueberries. The recipe calls for 1 pint, but you can put as many blueberries in there as you like. So there's 2 components to this recipe. First, we're going to make the crust, and then we're going to make the actual cake itself. So the first thing we're going to do is make the crust. You're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. So you're going to put that on low heat. You're going to melt the butter on low heat. Because butter can melt really fast and we don't want it to burn. While you're waiting for your butter to melt, you can measure out 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1/2 cup of flour. So once this butter is all melted, we're going to stir in the flour and the sugar until it becomes basically like your crumb topping. Now that your butter is all melted, you're going to add your 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1/2 cup of flour. Basically just mix that all together. Until it looks like this. So you're going to turn off the heat, set it aside, and then we're going to get to work on our cake. The next thing you're going to do is preheat your oven to 350 and grease your springform pan, or you can grease a bundt pan, either one. So to make our cake, we need to measure out 1 3/4 cup of flour. So we're going to add that to the bowl. You're adding 1 cup of butter. Two-thirds cup sugar. A 1/4 cup of milk. I am using almond milk, so that's certainly something you can do, but if you have regular milk, use that. Two teaspoons of baking powder. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And you'll need 3 eggs. You'll mix all of that together until it's well blended. Everything is blended well together. You're going to get some lemon juice, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and gently fold it into the mixture. So at this point, I would grab like a little spatula or a spoon and kind of gently mix the lemon juice in with the batter. And here's where you can deviate. Out of the pint of blueberries, you can choose to take 1/2 of that pint and put it into the mixture. Or if you want more than a pint of blueberries, put as many blueberries as you want. The reason why we do 1/2 in the dough now is so after we put the dough in the pan, then we sprinkle it with more blueberries. So you can do it either way. I'm going to do 1/2 in here. Okay. And so just mix it in. Really nice but gentle. You don't want the blueberries to explode. Okay, so when you're done, you're going to put it into your springform pan or your bundt pan and then put it in the oven for about an hour. Now that it is evenly in your pan, you're going to sprinkle the rest of your blueberries on top. Okay. And last but not least, the crumb that you were making in the beginning with the melted butter, the flour, and the sugar, you're going to put that on top. So I would mash it up first like this, so it's really nice and crumbly. And honestly, I would just use your hands to sprinkle it on there. Just makes it really a lot easier. And I know it doesn't look like a lot of crust, but I promise you it fills the whole thing. If you're someone who really likes crust, you can always double what we did in the beginning. Just make twice as much, but this should cover the whole thing. So it should look something like this. And you'll put it in the oven for about an hour. It should get golden brown at the top. Make sure you stick a toothpick right in the center of it where there's the most amount of dough to make sure it comes out clean. And when it does, you can take it out and enjoy. Thanks, guys.